Welcome back, guys. Let's get right to it. I primered the fenders. This is roughly the color that I want to get. This is just primer. What I did was I mixed gray and black together, so 50-50. I want to get it dipped in primer. The whole thing, you know, the top, the inside, everything is super primered. After this, it's going to be Bondo. I want to primer it because, you know, to prevent any kind of rusting. You know, when I'm driving around, you know, showing off, you know, everybody. I'm gonna drive this car daily, so I want this thing to be, you know, in mint condition. So it's getting there. The hood right here did the fiberglass. As you can see, you know, it's got the shape now. I'm gonna sand it down, and then this part's gonna be, you know, smooth. You could kind of tell this part is going up. Kind of got some hips, or what do you call them, in the front, and it's gonna flow, you know, smoothly in the fenders here. Still a lot of Bondo here on the bumper right here. Getting really close. I did probably, I want to say 5 or 6 layers on just this part right here. This part right here, this is about 3 layers. This is where the you know, the fog light was right here. And then, you know, this part right here, this is going to be smooth, just really smooth. This part's smooth. This part's going to have like this, you know, drop off, you know, into the black vent area. Right now, this part right here, what I'm doing, I was trying to figure out, like, how am I going to do this? I want this part to flow into this part right here. So I'm going to just kind of cut this off, and then the rest is going to be, you know, molded with Bondo. Now I'm going to jump into this part right here. I need to make this flow, you know, into this line. Let's start cutting. All right, check this out. So the first layer, what I did was I did the fiberglass body filler. That was like the base, you know, just to hold everything together really strong. Because when I did the ABS was like, you know, obviously it wasn't perfect. Put that on there. There was multiple layers. Now I'm moving on the plastic glazing polyester putty. This, you know, it's flexible. You can flex it and it won't crack, hopefully. So right now I got it pretty straight. I can see it. There's a spot right here where it's kind of low. I'm probably gonna sand this down and then put another layer, small layer here, and then after that I'm gonna do glazing putty, like the really fine stuff that you put on really easy, really close. And then right here, this has to be, you know, like a 90-degree angle, kind of just slightly rounded, like, you know, the end of the bumper. And then, you know, fine tune these little areas. It's getting really close to being done. I think I'll be done with this today. What I first did was I put the fiberglass as the base, you know, so it doesn't crack off, right? Because the fiberglass is about maybe 1.5 inches long at this point. This is the longest point, and then this is the fiberglass Bondo right here. Finally gonna be jumping on the fenders. The fenders, right now they're getting cured. Actually, it feels pretty good now. In the morning when I brought the car out, it was still kind of tacky in some spots. I really soaked these. I put 15 ounces of primer basically here and here. I mean, I was spraying it to where it was dripping primer. I just put a nice thin layer of this 3M platinum putty right here, and then I was trying to finish this part right here, but it was drying up too quick with the sun, even though it's cold right now. All right, right now it doesn't feel as tacky as it did earlier. I'm gonna sand down the top piece, right? You know, cover this thing with the fiberglass body filler. Good. All right, guys. All right, check this out. It's been several hours. Me and Dima simply built one. We've been at this pretty much the whole day. The top of this fender is pretty much squared away to where we can do the glazing putty. There's some low spots, but they're really tiny. And then, you know, obviously here, this is not going to take as long. This was a really big, you know, wide area. There was a lot of, you know, wavy parts, but I got that out. There was probably about 7 layers of Bondo there. Kept putting it on, knocking it down, putting it on. And then same thing here on the hood. It's really close. I know it looks really rough right now, but I'm thinking one more day of some glazing putty and it's pretty much going to be ready for primer. Same thing on this fender right here. We don't have as much done on this fender as much as this one. You know, one more day and it's going to be there. Once we do this, I'm gonna jump on this part right here. This right here, I just got to tweak this part of the skin just a little bit here, and then build some up here to put in the glass. Once I put in the glass, I'm gonna work on the roof and then the back glass. Right now, what I got in my mind, the back glass is actually gonna be like this. It's gonna be a really small window, kind of like the Bugatti, and then the rest of it is gonna, you know, flow in like that, and maybe even give that touch of the Bugatti where it has that fin in the back that, you know, connects the roof to the trunk. That's a maybe for now. We're definitely really close to getting on working the back. That front end took a long time, you know. Definitely the lighting, I had to work around the lighting and do that, you know, the cyber light, that was the main piece. And then, you know, I'm gonna get on working the back. This is gonna be fiberglass right here. There's obviously not gonna be a door here, and this is gonna continue all throughout, basically all the way to here. This is all one piece, and then a separate piece is going to be the bumper, and this is all going to be fiberglass. And this is pretty much going to be 100% custom. In the front, I utilized the hood, you know, a Model S bumper, which is really reshaped, and the, you know, the fender. But a lot of pieces were reused on the Model 3, but this, as you can see, there's nothing here to reuse. The only thing I will reuse is this part right here. You know, it's pretty much the fender flare to get this part right here, that hard edge. This part's gonna get cut off and brought out, and then everything else, the rest is gonna be built up from here and then to here. So definitely, guys, stay tuned if you like this build. This is a crazy ass build. Even for me, I wanted to do this for honestly a couple years. I just didn't have the funds to do it. If you guys like my creativity in this build, what I'm doing, I actually have another idea. After this build is done, I'm gonna do something else, something crazy that no one's ever thought of, and it's with a Tesla as well. So definitely like, share, subscribe. Peace.